When you think of tank destroyers in World of Tanks Blitz, you probably imagine them lurking in the shadows, sniping from a distance, and staying far from the heat of battle. But what if I told you that some of the deadliest close-range fighters on the battlefield are actually tank destroyers? Today, we're breaking the myth of the long-range king and showing you how to dominate up close. The myth of the long-range king. Yes, tank destroyers excel at sniping. But here's the problem: what happens when the enemy closes in? Too many players panic and assume they're doomed. The truth: not all tank destroyers are sitting ducks in close combat. Some are absolute monsters if you know how to use them correctly. Let's dive into the tanks best suited for brawling and how to turn the tide in your favor. Choosing your weapon of choice. Not all tank destroyers are created equal, especially when it comes to close combat. If you're planning to fight up close, you need a tank that fits the role. Here's what to look for: high penetration and quick reload. You don't want to be stuck reloading forever while an enemy circles you. Good frontal armor. Some TDIS, like the Jagdpanzer E100, can shrug off shots if positioned correctly. Mobility matters. A fast TD, like the Hellcat or SU-100M1, can reposition and flank enemies before they even know what hit them. Choosing the right tank makes all the difference. If you're in a slow, heavily armored 2D, you'll need to play defensively. But if you're in a nimble 2D, aggression and flanking are your best friends. Close combat maneuvers. Surviving and thriving in close combat isn't just about firepower. It's about maneuvering. Here's how to outplay your opponents. Use cover, find buildings, rocks, or wreckage to block incoming shots. Reverse side scraping. Some TDIS with strong side armor can bait enemy shots and then strike back. Flank and surprise. Speedy tank destroyers can outmaneuver slower heavies and medium tanks, getting behind them for easy kills. The element of surprise is your best weapon. If they expect you to sit back and snipe, give them a rude awakening. Taking advantage of weaknesses. Aiming for weak spots is even more important in close combat. Unlike at long range, you have better accuracy and control over your shots. So where should you aim? Sides and rear armor. Most tanks have weaker side and rear plating. Commander hatches and cupolas. These small weak spots can turn the tide of a fight. Tracks. A well-placed shot to the tracks can immobilize an enemy, giving you a free second shot. And don't forget AG shells. If you're face-to-face with a light tank or SPG, switching to high explosive rounds can deal massive damage and knock out modules in an instant. Close combat tips and tricks. Alright, let's wrap it up with some quick fire pro tips to dominate close range fights. Stay unpredictable. If enemies know you're aggressive, they'll prepare for it. Keep them guessing. Bait enemy shots. Trick enemies into firing first, then punish them while they reload. Experiment with tactics. Every battle is different. Adapt your strategy to the situation. At the end of the day, mastering close combat tank destroyers is all about knowing your tank, your enemy, and the battlefield. Don't let the long-range myth hold you back. Get in there, play smart, and dominate the fight. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more World of Tanks Blitz guides and strategies. Now, get out there and destroy some tanks.